Hey everybody, Mr. Gibson here. So you guys are now starting part 2 of Unit 1. We're still in Unit 1, but we're done talking about cell division and complex organisms for now. And instead we're talking about what's called DNA to proteins or protein synthesis. Some people call it central dogma. And basically it's just walking you through the process of how your DNA in your cells has all the instructions to make all of the proteins needed for that cell to function properly. If you remember from the last section, we learned that all your cells have the same DNA, but cell differentiation is caused by proteins, and that's because only certain sections of that DNA are being read to make certain proteins to function within a specific type of cell. So like if you're trying to make a skin cell, you only want the proteins being made in that cell to help it function as a skin cell. You don't want proteins used in heart cells being made in your skin cell because it'll get confused and then it doesn't know its job. So the first couple of activities for this kind of getting you engaged and getting you hooked into this process of the instructions in your DNA being used to make proteins. The first two are pretty straightforward, and this video is more for the hook here, but they're really trying to just get you familiar with the parts of the cell, because there are different parts going on when it comes to making proteins. You've got the DNA in the nucleus, you've got the RNA that then leaves the nucleus and goes to this thing called the ribosome, which sits on this thing called the endoplasmic reticulum. And all of those may be new words to you. So this is just trying to get you engaged in what's going on. So this activity I think is pretty cool. And I'm a little late posting this video. I apologize for that. But it says, open the Google slide below, copy and paste the slides into your interactive notebook. First, watch the video linked in the slides. This is virtual reality. So make sure to click and drag the screen while the video is playing to follow the virtual tour. Then answer the questions on the subsequent slides. Again, you're not going to necessarily, you can turn it in. I'll just return it back to you. This is going to be a big part of your notebook grade. So let's see what this has for us. All right, so it's got the instructions here again. We've got all these slides starting here that you need to copy into your interactive notebook. And the way you're going to do that, is you can do it one slide at a time, but the easiest way is to hold down the control button on your keyboard, right here, okay, and click them while you're holding it down, and it'll let you select all of them at once. And you just right click, copy. If you're on a Chromebook, there isn't right click, you've got to double click with 2 fingers at the same time. You hit copy, and then you go over to interactive notebook underneath unit 1.2 and paste this in there. Okay, make sure you do that or else this will get lost somewhere in your notebook. Okay, so first thing, you want to click on this. When you click on it, it will automatically open. And here's the video, and this is really cool. This is virtual reality. This is the inside of a cell. And while the video is playing, he walks you through a tour of the cell, and you can click and drag and see everything that's going on inside of the cell. There's some really cool structures here. Okay, got the cytoskeleton up here, all kinds of cool stuff. We've got RNA being fed into a ribosome to make a protein. Spoilers, that's how protein synthesis works. Really cool stuff going on here. And then you're just going to, once you're done with your virtual tour of the cell, you're going to answer these questions. So like, here's a bone cell. You're just going to type in, would this type be found in plants and animals? Well, plants don't have bones, so this would be found in animals, right? You're just going to type in the answers like that. If you don't know something right now, that's totally okay. And then you're going to answer these at the very end about all 4 of the previous cell types. Okay, and if you need to use web resources, like if you're like, I don't have a clue what on earth a guard cell or a stomata is, look it up, okay? If you're searching for that information, chances are you're going to remember that information, okay? Spoilers, this is in a plant cell. You can probably tell by the green, okay? Super easy, copy and paste those into your notebook, and you're done for that activity. If you guys have any questions about your virtual reality tour of the cell or about your hook activity, please just let me know. Thanks, guys.